Béninoises et Béninois, chers compatriotes, en ce jour, dimanche 7 décembre 2025, nous, forces de défense et de sécurité, après une réflexion...
Benin's government says it has foiled an attempted coup by its military. The West African nation's interior minister says a group of soldiers tried to take control, but the rest of the military remained loyal to the government.
It feels like Nigeria is living on three different timelines. One of war next door, one of terror at home, and one of national football heartbreak. Today, we are cutting through the headlines to analyze the top 3 trending topics in Nigeria and why they are hitting Nigerians where it hurts the most. Welcome to my channel, The KD Gist. This is not just news, it is a breakdown of the pain points that are defining our national conversation. If you're a Nigerian or someone watching West Africa, you need to hear this. Let's start with the one that literally involved our military assets, the Benin Coup. What happened on Sunday, December the 7th, 2025, as military committee led by Lieutenant Colonel Pastor Tigre briefly seized the television station in Benin, attempting to overthrow President Patrice Talon. Loyal forces was set to foil the coup, and the situation was said to be under control. And what was Nigeria's response? As ECOWAS chair, Nigeria's President Tinubu swiftly condemned the act. Crucially, the Nigerian Air Force was reportedly deployed immediately, swiftly, sending jets into Benin airspace to aid in dislodging the plotters. And ECOWAS also, in general, has ordered the deployment of its standby force. This report was brought by Punch and The Guardian. I am going somewhere. They say charity begins at home. But the factual story that Nigeria crushed a coup next door sounds heroic, right? But here is the massive pain point. The question every Nigerian on social media is asking: why are our NAF jets protecting democracy in Cotonou? Why bandits roam free in the forests of Kaduna, Zamfara, Benue, and Niger States? So our government just demonstrated lightning speed, decision-making, and military capability to defend a neighboring nation. Yet, our domestic kidnapping crisis is treated with what feels like slow political half measures. It is a clear case of regional duty overshadowing domestic security. The ECOWAS cost. This intervention carries massive financial and human risks. Nigerians are demanding an answer. Can we afford to police a region when our economy is strained and our internal security budget is failing? The people's pain is the fear that our sovereignty is strong out there, but weak right here inside our own country. And that is the reality of the day. So here is the latest about the kidnapping story. 100 Catholic school children in Niger State were released after many weeks in captivity. The security experts say schools are soft targets, and I quite agree with that. With poor security, but the larger context here is a kidnap for ransom industry driven by poverty, unemployment, and bandit groups that has reportedly seen $2.5 billion. I mean, did I say dollars? I too like money. 2.5 billion naira paid nationwide in the past 1 year. This is a report by the user trend data. The criminal activities are winning and we are funding them. The release of these school children should be a moment of national celebration ordinarily, but it has become a new point of national despair. Why? Because the pain is simple. The fact that they were released meant that the criminal economy has won the battle. Of course, that is what it means. Every successful ransom payment, whether being paid by the government or the distraught family, is a direct financial subsidy for terror. It guarantees the next wave of kidnapping, creating a perverse but profitable business model. Our government, despite the tragedy of Chibok girls a decade ago, has failed to secure the most single important asset, our children's education. The result of this is the closure of schools across the north, actively sabotaging the future of the entire generation. And nobody deemed fit to try and salvage the situation. Everybody is just onlooking. The bandits are not just taking our students, they are taking Nigerians' only hope for progress. Think about it, guys. Alright, in another development, if you are a football lover or a football fan, gather here, let's talk sports. Super Eagles captain William Troost-Ekong, 32 years old, with 83 caps, announced his international retirement just before AFCON 2025. He lives as the AFCON 2023 player of the tournament and the highest goal-scoring defender in AFCON history. He started making way for the next generation. Well, but what does that mean? When we look at it critically, this is not just sports story. It is a leadership story. His retirement has created a massive pain point of instability and anxiety right before the most important tournament for Nigeria. Who now steps into that leadership void? If you ask me, now who I go ask? The matter where you see so, it heavy for our heart. If you ask me, now who I go ask? Now who I go ask? Now who I go ask? Making way for the new generation is actually a nice quote and a very nice way to say it. But it spotlights a core Nigerian sports problem. We don't have a reliable, proven pipeline ready to fill a gap this big. Honestly, the timing is horrific, leaving the Super Eagles defense and captaincy under intense last-minute pressure. It feels like unfinished business after losing the 2023 AFCON final, and now that pressure rests entirely on a team without its on-field general and with the World Cup ticket gone from reach, of course. What next? Look at these three things side by side. Swift military action abroad, while terror is ravaging our home. The ransom economy that is proving to be more profitable than our educational system in Nigeria, and the loss of a key national leader in our most beloved sport, football. What is the common thread among these three things? It is instability, of course. A deep systemic instability that is making Nigerians question where the national priorities truly lie. So my question to you, the Nigeria that is watching this video right now, what is the biggest threat to Nigeria's future? Instability next door, or the terror we have allowed to grow in our own backyard? Let me know in the comment section. And also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dive analysis. Until next time, signing out.